Education is the most powerful weapon, which you can use to change the world. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. It is better to lead from behind, and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory. When nice things occur, you take the front line. When there is danger, then people will appreciate your leadership. Where globalization means, as it so often does, that the rich and powerful now have new means to further enrich and empower themselves at the cost of the poorer and weaker, we have a responsibility to protest in the name of universal freedom. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve, but if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. Never, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end he and the other side must be closer, and thus emerge stronger. You don't have that idea when you are arrogant, superficial, and uninformed. On this first day of school, my teacher, Miss Meghan, gave each of us an English name and said that from thenceforth that was the name we would answer to in school. This was the custom among Africans in those days and was undoubtedly due to the British bias of our education. I started to make a study of the art of war and revolution and, whilst abroad, underwent a course in military training. If there was to be guerrilla warfare, I wanted to be able to stand and fight with my people and to share the hazards of war with them. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy, then he becomes your partner. If there are dreams about a beautiful South Africa, there are also roads that lead to their goal. Two of these roads could be named goodness and forgiveness. Without education, your children can never really meet the challenges they will face, so it's very important to give children education and explain that they should play a role for their country. There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile to continue talking about peace and non-violence against a government whose only reply is savage attacks on an unarmed and defenseless people. communists have always played an active role in the fight by colonial countries for their freedom, because the short-term objects of communism would always correspond with the long-term objects of freedom movements. Our single most important challenge is therefore to help establish a social order in which the freedom of the individual will truly mean the freedom of the individual. I made a mistake by being ejected from the presidency. Next time, I will choose a cabinet which will allow me to be life president. I really wanted to retire and rest and spend more time with my children, my grandchildren, and of course with my wife.